Disney has finally released the first trailer for the continuation of the legendary Tron. Although not everyone has heard of this franchise, it is cult classic and has contributed significantly to the cyberpunk genre. The new film starring Jared Leto promises not only to bring familiar characters back to the screen and continue the story, but also to serve as a soft reboot for new viewers. Jumping ahead, it's worth noting that the shown scenes look incredibly stylish, and the epic feel literally translates through the screen. Today, we'll explain why Tron is worth anticipating and what exactly is happening in the trailer. Settle in comfortably because, as always, it's going to be interesting. It's hard to believe, but the third film in the franchise is arriving, without exaggeration, after an entire lifetime. And this is no joke, as the original Tron was released 43 years ago. At the time, the project caused quite a stir and even received 2 Oscar nominations. Much of the buzz was tied to its groundbreaking graphics and innovative approach to filming. The fact is, the film heavily utilized CGI and pioneered computer-generated facial animation in cinema. Thus, the film became a trailblazer in the use of computer graphics and motion capture in blockbusters. Nowadays, we're accustomed to such techniques, and CGI is even used in the most unexpected places, like removing Superman's mustache. The sequel to Tron arrived nearly 30 years later and is remembered mainly for its stunning visual effects, stylish light cycle races, and, of course, Olivia Wilde. Tron Legacy continued the storyline of its predecessor and paved the way for the third film. Looking at the overarching narrative, it has always revolved around a digital universe called the Grid within the franchise. In the first film, Kevin Flynn, portrayed by Jeff Bridges, entered the digital world, learned about its structure, and essentially introduced viewers to its foundational mechanics. Tron Legacy centered on Sam Flynn, Kevin's son who ventured into the Grid, confronted the main antagonist in the form of a digital clone of his father, and ultimately returned to the real world, bringing with him the last sentient program named Quora. Importantly, the sequel's plot hinged on the desire of evil programs to infiltrate the human world to conquer it. Quora became proof that such a transition was possible, hence the upcoming third film will depict a full-scale invasion. From its opening frames, Tron, Ares introduces a new reality for the universe. Instead of taking place within the Grid, the new film showcases a collision between the virtual world and the human world. By the way, some of the footage was recently showcased at D23, and according to reports, viewers were utterly enthralled by the visuals. This is no surprise, as the trailer looks spectacular: neon barriers, vibrant colors, and sleek costumes. In short, everything that made Tron memorable is present in the new film. However, Ares will unfortunately lack one standout element: the soundtrack previously composed by Daft Punk, which infused the prior installment with its dynamic energy. The French electronic duo disbanded 4 years ago, but judging by the trailer, the score still sounds epic. The road to Ares production has been rocky, and the franchise as a whole struggles with identifying its target audience. The first 2 films weren't box office hits, but later earned cult followings. Disney has long been unsure how to handle the franchise. On one hand, continuing makes sense because Tron has excellent potential and a solid fan base, but previous attempts haven't achieved financial success. Development on the third film began a whopping 15 years ago, right after Legacy. The concept was reworked multiple times, but a semi-coherent script only emerged in 2015. Around that time, Joseph Kosinski, director of Tron, Legacy, Top Gun, Maverick, and Oblivion, was confirmed to helm the project. Initially, the entire main cast was supposed to return, but as often happens, something went wrong, and the film was postponed indefinitely, or rather, for 10 years, as Ares is now complete and about to hit theaters. This is partly due to the franchise's core ideas around artificial intelligence and its stunning visuals potentially resonating and drawing sizable box office returns. Thus, the film was greenlit, with Joachim Running leading the new attempt. If his name sounds familiar, you're absolutely right. He directed Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales, and is now preparing to shoot the 6th installment. He also directed the second Maleficent, and overall, it seems he's found his footing in Disney's machinery. His directorial credentials may not be the most convincing, but he clearly knows how to deliver spectacle. Ares is based on a script worked on by 4 people. A positive sign is that Steven Lisberger, creator of the original Tron, was actively involved. If anyone can ensure continuity and ties to the franchise's previous films and animated spin-offs, it's him. Interestingly, Disney initially planned the project as a Disney Plus exclusive, but during production, the budget ballooned and the volume of visual effects became absurdly high. Thus, it was decided to release the film in theaters instead, with a story structured to make the events understandable to viewers unfamiliar with the franchise. Hence, Tron, Ares is positioned as a soft reboot. To achieve this, a new protagonist is introduced, naturally played by the ageless Jared Leto, who becomes the central character. He'll be joined by Evan Peters, Gillian Anderson, and of course, Jeff Bridges. The roles of most actors remain undisclosed, but the trailer already offers some clues. Most notably, the trailer lacks blue neon. As known, Tron uses two colors to distinguish villains from heroes, red for the former and blue for the latter. Given the impending invasion of the human world, the dominance of red is expected. The film's synopsis initially gave us a sense of the plot, and many involved in its creation have referred to Ares' journey. The name of Leto's character hints at the direction the story will take. This journey is in fact a military invasion of the real world. Ares is a program referencing the Greek god of war, created to lead the offensive. The trailer shows his creation and donning of a red neon suit, positioning him as the film's antagonist tasked with destroying humanity. But don't worry, we all know how Hollywood blockbusters operate. By the midpoint, he'll likely realize the horror of his actions and switch sides to fight his creator. The question is, who will play that creator? Tron. Legacy made it clear that Kevin Flynn sacrificed himself to destroy his evil digital clone, CLU. However, a short film reveals that at least one of them survived. The absence of Garrett Hedlund and Olivia Wilde, who played the leads in the previous film, raises questions. Logically, bringing back Kevin Flynn to reunite with his son and the created isomorphic would make sense. However, we don't know how much time has passed between the second and third installments, so they might have been written out to establish a fresh start. Jeff Bridges, meanwhile, is here to attract fans and, secondly, to play a genuine villain and pass the torch. If Ares succeeds, the Tron universe could expand in many directions. As mentioned, the first film introduced us to the grid through Kevin Flynn and a security program named Tron, who sought to return home and defeat CLU. The second film repeated this arc when Flynn's son tried to unravel his father's disappearance and ended up in the grid, now a dictatorship, with Tron transformed into the villain's top enforcer. Beyond this, there was a short film titled Tron: The Next Day, set the day after Legacy, which revealed that Flynn survived the explosion and Sam is still trying to bring him home. There was also the animated series Tron: Uprising, bridging the first film and the sequel. Thus, the third film has more than enough material to craft a solid project and reboot the franchise. Another question awaiting an answer: why do light cycles leave barriers in the real world? While this made sense in the grid and was one of its defining features, how it functions in the real world remains unclear. The light cycles themselves have undergone changes, possibly upgraded technologically, which would explain their new capabilities. Overall, Tron Ares appears to be a worthy continuation. Fans will undoubtedly have many questions about the plot and how the grid's rules apply in the human world, but the script was crafted meticulously, offering hope for coherence. New viewers, meanwhile, will need explanations from scratch, but the project has plenty to hook them. At the very least, its stunning visuals and solid CGI. Whether the film successfully reboots Tron remains to be seen this fall. Be sure to share your thoughts on the first trailer in the comments. What do you think of Jared Leto, the updated light cycles, and the overall style? Subscribe to discover new dimensions of your favorite movies and dive into the fascinating world of cinema with us.